Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you some ways that I like to use vellum. I got a whole pack of vellum from Beebeecraft. So they reached out to me and asked if I would like to choose some products and in exchange for some videos on how I use them. And so I chose vellum as one of the products. I've already showed in previous videos the other products that I used, which was some beads and some head pins to make charms. And so this pack had 100 pages in it, I believe, and I've used pretty much all of it. So I thought I'd better get quick moving and show you how I use vellum before it all disappears. So here's a journal that I've got in the making. It's an Edith Holden journal. And I just want to show you the first way that I love using vellum, which is to make a vellum page. So just like this, I fold it over and measure it. And then this piece here, I will use to make a pocket. So I will trim that down at the top right here. Let's see how straight I can cut. Usually I would use a ruler, but yes, this is the very first way, just making pages. And I like how obviously you'll be able to see through that a little bit, and it just gives the journal a bit of different texture. Love it. Love, love, love using vellum pages. Alright, so that's the first way. Another way, so when you have your offcuts, these make great pockets, especially a long thin one like this. So I would sew that up here, down here, down here, and then you would have a pocket here, a side pocket there. Another way, of course, is to do a top loading pocket, a bottom loading pocket, or a top loading pocket here, for example, like this. And how fun would it be just to load this pocket up with lots of little tags along here. So that is another way, just using the offcuts to make pockets. Of course, you can grab a whole sheet and cut the whole thing up into pockets. So here's another example. I've got some wider ones here, or some taller ones, and that way you can add bigger things inside those ones. And I've got two of those, and then I've got some smaller ones. So no matter how small the offcut is, don't worry. You could do like a little pocket over here, like this. Hang on, let me grab my tag. Like that. Or you could put it over here, or in the middle, of course, at the top. Or something I like to do is at the side. And then you have a side loading pocket like this. And it just gives it, you know, a different look when you're turning the pages, some variety in the types of pockets that you're seeing. Also, it takes the thickness away from the bottom, because a lot of the time we put our pockets at the bottom. So if we put a pocket here, we're bulking it up at the top here, so it's not all bulky just at the bottom. So okay, that's the main ways I like to use them, and then we get a bit fancier. So let's show you some other ways. So this one, really simple. I just used some 6x6 scrapbook papers for these, but you could use book pages. They're really great, especially if you want a vintage look, using some vintage book pages, and you can, you know, distress the edges and everything. But this is just like a floating pocket, and I just added a little piece here so you can see where the vellum is. But you could also, you know, attach this to the journal page and then have like a double pocket. So if I put this here and attached it there, you then have another pocket behind it. Or you could sew it here and here and here, and then you've got like a little tack spot behind there. So many ways to use these. I tend to like using these ones as floating pockets, so I'll just paper clip them in. Here's another one. So again, you could sew this here, here and here, and have a pocket behind it. Or sew it here and here and have a long piece, like maybe a folded piece of paper there, note paper. And then here's the little vellum pocket at the front. I just love how you can see through it. That's the benefit of the vellum, that you can see through it. And then here I did some side pockets. So basically, again, I just used the full 6x6 paper length and cut it off this side so you can see the other half here. And then you get this nice large pocket like this. So I love large pockets. Ooh, it's pouring down with rain. If you can hear that, I hope you're feeling nice and cozy inside in the warmth. All right, so yeah, those are some really fun pockets there. And then let me show you some other ideas. Oh my goodness. It is absolutely pouring, you guys. All right, we're going to continue. Hopefully you can hear me. So these ones are pockets where you can add them to the page like this. And again, you can sew them around here. And then you can add something see-through behind it. If that kind of shows that. So this one I kind of just ripped the paper and then laid the vellum all the way behind and then stuck this over top, and then you can sew around the edges, of course. I haven't sewn around the edges yet because I want to sew it directly to a page. Here's another look where you have the vellum in the middle. You can play around with narrower or wider. And then here's ones where it's like a frame. So again, just having the whole sheet of vellum behind it, and then you glue on top the paper, decorative paper. So I've got some larger size ones here, a square one there, which is fun. You can see through that. How cool is that? I did show these ones in a different project video when I showed ways to use 6x6 paper pads. So I didn't want to repeat doing this project for this one where I show you how to use some vellum. But here's another idea that I shared in that previous video. So these are window envelopes. You already get the window envelope. And hang on a second, I remember, yes, there we go. All right, so here like that. You can see that there's a window envelope here. But to be able to cut out the decorative paper and put it over the top, I use vellum or tracing paper to do that. So I just put it over the top of the envelope. I get a grey lid and a trace around it, and then I cut that inside bit out. I also trace it on the outside and cut that out. So when I place this over the top of some scrapbook paper, I can just cut that out, cut out the window, and then I can glue it on top of that, and then it's done. So that's a great way to find out, like, where to put your windows and trace over things. And now I have this as a template that I can always use. All right, guys, I feel like I'm shouting over the rain. I really hope you can hear me and that the rain isn't too much of a distraction. We will see if I need to refilm this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gives you some ideas for using vellum. If you've never used vellum before, I definitely recommend it. It's one of my favorite materials for using in journals. So have fun with vellum. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in November. Without you guys, I cannot do what I do, making these videos and teaching journaling courses, making journals and sharing journaling inspiration. So a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys. You are helping the mission of Willow Garden Journals, which is to bring light and life into people's lives through creativity, beauty, and storytelling and inspiration. So if you would like to become a patron in December, I would be so appreciative. I'll leave the link below to that in the description box. And there's also links to my Etsy shop and my Instagram, the Facebook community page, my personal Facebook business page, and also links to my journaling courses. Thank you so much for being here and joining me on this amazing journey. And may you journal your life because your stories matter.